everyone. We are on to the first video after the Emily Awards, and it just felt like it needed to be a get ready with me because we've gone like a week with no get ready with me's. Also, I am festive today. Shortly before the Emily Awards, I had asked, what one brand tutorial would you like to see? I just asked this on my Instagram stories, and the results were all over the place. Everybody mentioned every single brand of Life, but there was some repetition with the drugstore brand called Essence. This is a brand you're going to find in Ulta or on Ulta's website or on Essence's website. And I thought, that sounds like a really good idea because price-wise, it definitely is one of the most affordable things in Ulta. Just looking through the list of things that I got, a lot of it's under $5, the vast majority of it. And I think there were a lot of like maybe buy two, get one free deals. And so that was maybe taking the price down even more for some things. But I thought this might serve as a good comparison to other more affordable drugstore brands that I like Hard Candy, Wet n Wild. And familiarity wise, I feel like I'm about half familiar with Essence. I try some things here or there. I feel like it has been a very hit and miss brand for me over time. There have been some really good gems within this line, and it just felt right to go ahead and pursue it a little further and just really figure it out. So the things I'm using today, overall, these are not first impressions. There were a few new things I got yesterday because I needed a different foundation shade. But all in all, I've been experimenting with this stuff for a little while. So here's where we're gonna start. This is the Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer. This has 93% natural ingredients, hydrating and smooth base with watermelon water and niacinamide. So I feel like this is kind of their take on the stuff from Glow Recipe that also has kind of a watermelon-y scent. So I'm gonna do a pump of this, and I've really liked this as my primer. It has kind of a milky look at first, but there is a nice fresh scent and it adds moisture, but what I like about it is that I feel like it's also adding smoothness, giving a little help to the overall texture of my skin. I just need a little more to get the forehead. I'm a fan, and I feel like the foundation goes on well over it. It's cute. It's in a little glass bottle. I would say if you're looking for a hydrating primer, it does leave you maybe just a little bit tacky. Maybe that's why I've had good staying power with this. Maybe it's doing a slight bit of gripping, but it's a really smooth, easy application. So there's a line of coverage products called Keep Me Covered, and I first got this shade when I ordered online. I got the shade Ivory, and this is too light for me. But as I've been experimenting, I've been mixing it in with like a little bit of some Too Faced Born This Way matte. That's one of my darkest foundations right now. And then I get a really good shade and it lasts really well all day. Granted, I am mixing in a little bit of Too Faced, but then I did a pickup order the other day and I thought I'm gonna get the shade 100 Natural Ochre. This again was kind of an online order, but a pickup, and I feel like maybe this is too dark. I think I'm somewhere in between. But my thing is like if my foundation shade is too light, I can't focus on what it's doing for my skin in the video. Like when I was first putting this on, all I could think was it's too light, it's too light. I can't really focus on how much coverage it's giving me. I can't focus on the finish on the skin. Like it's just not working. Once I started mixing in another shade, I realized this is a really nice coverage foundation. They say it's transfer and waterproof, long lasting, no parabens, silicones, or microplastic particles. It is vegan. Oh, hello. Gusty winds today. Coldest day of the season so far. Light snow showers are possible, but accumulations are not anticipated. I'll take it. They say it's a silky, lightweight texture, matte finish, medium to high coverage, wears for 16 hours. So the wear has been good. I noticed the last couple days, and I've been extremely active, so that may be part of it. I didn't have any breakdown in the foundation, but I could see just a little like greasiness on my skin, slightly in my T-zone, definitely forehead and nose. And it would be the type of thing that could easily be remedied with some powder, but everything still looked very even. It didn't look like it was breaking down on my nose or anything like that. So what am I going to do with this today? Maybe I'll do just a little bit of this. This is the Natural Ochre. These shades are really hard to read online. Actually, this might not be too bad. My first pump was tiny, so I pumped out just a little bit more. I'm going to dot that around. It does feel really thin. And then maybe we just take a teeny bit of the Ivory, like a mini pump. I do like the hot pink caps. And I don't know, I'll just kind of put it in the middle. And then I'm just going to take my Profusion little foundation brush thingy here. And we're literally just going to kind of blend it on our face. Yeah, that Natural Ochre's a little deep, but it's, it's all going to work out. FYI, this is the most rough way of blending two shades together. Dotting them all on your face and mushing them together. I mean, you could blend them on your hand or on a palette or something. Em just got too excited that we might have 2 snowflakes today, so lost all sense of direction. You know, I think it really does set on the skin because I was just noticing what had been sitting on my forehead there actually didn't quite want to be blended in. I am getting it, but there's a little resistance there. So are your kids in school this week? My kids are for part of it, and we do have cheer. Just trying to get it all blended because I know that shade is not perfection, but once we've gotten to this point, doesn't it look pretty good? And so the feeling on my skin now, it really feels quite smooth. I don't think it's full coverage. I feel like it's medium. I think when I mixed it with the Too Faced, I was getting the impression that it was a little fuller, but I think this product alone is a true medium. Okay, there's a concealer that goes along with it, gang, and this is the Keep Me Covered Concealer. It's buildable medium coverage, they say. I don't love to have to build a concealer. I like my concealers to be little goes a long way, potent, effective, in a small amount. I don't want to have to think, okay, apply a lot of this to get the look you want. But the shade is called Fair. We're going to really pay attention to what we're getting coverage-wise here. I'm going to do a little like backward C-shaped swipe here. So I feel like I'm extra dark. And a little bit there, here, boop, 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 boop. Again with the hot pink on the packaging. And I will dab this in, and then I'm going to bring in my e.l.f. because I like a little spreading action. So this shade is really like light and brightening on me, which is what I wanted. Okay, and then I can just press it in like this with a larger brush. Look at that skin. So it's definitely adding some nice coverage to the foundation. It doesn't feel like it's got a ton of extra moisture in it. So just know that. It's reminding me a little bit of like a Wet n Wild Incognito vibe. Maybe not even quite as much coverage as that, but it's in the ballpark. It's like one of those concealers that's approaching the fullest coverage ones, but not totally there. Like you might actually need a little extra. I just feel like I'm too dark in here today. I'm giving it a task, but I'm gonna do one tiny dot more. What do you guys think about Essence? Like, do you have any certain products that are complete holy grails? I've definitely tried some great mascaras over the years. I'm really pumped to talk to you about lip liners. Again, this is not the type of product in the collection where I really want to feel like you're going to have to build it to get the result you want, but I don't really think building it did that much. To me, I'm feeling like this is all right, but there are a lot of good drugstore concealers out there, as we have discussed. You got your camo concealers, you got your NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. L'Oreal's got full coverage, CoverGirl's got full coverage. This isn't what you have to look to for your fullest coverage. Now, I got a powder that's new to me, like, when I say new to me, I got this in the last couple weeks. I have been experimenting with it, but like prior to my idea to do this video, I hadn't used this, and it's the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. This is actually very light with maybe just the teeniest splash of yellow undertone in this, and I've liked it on the under eye area. It feels smooth, but it's not too like rich. You know those powders that have the richness and we think, oh, that's a powder foundation. It's not too heavy like that. So I'm just taking the Triangle Powder Puff in it, and I'm using that to set, and it's worked well for me. I like this powder. I would continue to pick this one up. I'm gonna hit my T-zone with it. See how I feel even more suddenly, like maybe a bit more mattified, a bit more covered there, but the skin as a whole is not feeling tacky. This is not needing a lot of setting all over. Okay, are you seeing where we're at now? It's looking good. Really like that. I like it with a brush application too. I've done it both ways. Either method really works fine. Another thing I wanted to try are the cream sticks. And these are pretty good. They're little sticks. Baby Got Bronze and Baby Got Blush. This is Cinnamon Spice in this stick, and they smell, it's a little strange. They smell really sweet and fruity, and it just feels weird because it's like I'm holding a jumbo lip balm and it smells sweet and fruity, but I'm gonna streak it across my face. But it does a good job as far as stick cream products go. So I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna show you how it blends in. There we go, contour. Look at the tone. The tone is good. How creamy is it? Well, it's not as creamy as Persona and M Cosmetics, but I also paid like a couple bucks for it. And it's not like it's hard. See, look, I'm just buffing. I'm taking Sephora 56, just buffing over it. How much did this cost anyway? Okay, it's not popping up and showing me. Whatever, Ulta. Under $5 for sure. We're buffing. It's been able to sit there and not really like set on me, and I really like the tone. I'd have to say it's doing the job. It's just a little funny that it's so scented like lip balm and shaped like lip balm. Oh, another good full coverage drugstore concealer, Hard Candy Glamouflage. I would say there are a number of drugstore concealers that have the one I used today beat. But it did brighten me up and put that banana powder on top. She did a really good job. So there's that. I got the Luminous Bronzing Powder, which is 100% matte. Sun-Kissed in California is the shade. I'm just going to take some of this powder bronzer. It's a big old pan. I like it well enough. It's kind of warm and sunny. It gives a pretty subtle effect, I would say. This was the medium tone. But then I was kind of confused because in the store they had one that said dark tone, but it looked lighter. Essence will confuse you sometimes with little things like that. It is looking really good on top of this stick. It's adding just a little more life, a little more color to the skin. And we'll come down neck here. I would have to say this is fine. It's good, but I'm not like, whoa. It doesn't beat Hard Candy Instant Summer for me. And then for blush, we can hit them with another 1-2 punch because I've got powder and cream. Like I said, I got Baby Got Blush Stick in Tickle Me Pink. Again, smelling ever so slightly of watermelon. We're gonna just swipe some of this on here. This feels a little stiffer somehow than the bronzer stick. We don't like to feel a product really pull across the skin when we put it on. Also, there's a definite hard snap that these have, so make sure you're pushing them down far enough. I'm just taking a 56, just my other one, and we're gonna try to just dab it in and not do a lot of swiping. And it seems like it is responding to that. This is a really light baby pink shade. Do I like it on me? It does look fresh. And I really do like a stick method. I think this stick just feels a little dry. I'm applying a good amount of pressure, even though I'm trying to stick to a stippling method, not a rake back and forth method. I'm applying a fair amount of pressure to my face right now as I blend this in. But we made it work. And then I have two different blushes like this, and they also have their Pure Nude Baked Blush. I love these, especially this one called Bold Heart. Love that. They've got some lighter, more shimmery options. There's some really good things happening in this baked blush line, and I know I've talked about those before. With these, I've got the one Befitting. This is like a dusty rose. I've had this one on hand for a while. Looks like that. It's got a gentle satin finish in there. Yesterday when I got the new foundation, I got the shade called Beloved. And you see the difference? It's a little bit brighter on the pink. I think it's got a little satin finish too. I'm going to use that one because it's the newest to me. But yeah, definitely look into the baked option. I've liked these kinds of blushes too. These are pretty. Ooh, I like that a lot. Really giving some color payoff, almost more than it looked like it would when I swatched it. And part of it's also that it's combining with the stick a little bit. And, you know, another thing that we should all keep in mind when we're thinking about staying power, a lot of it comes back to how well does the foundation last? Because if your foundation's going to be good staying power, it ups the chances of everything else on your face being good staying power too, okay? So I got to pat the foundation on the back because it has been good in that respect. And I think like yesterday, went through 2/3 of the day, looked at myself in the mirror and thought, I'm seeing the blush, the under eye looks still pretty good, the foundation all as a whole all over the skin looks good. So there's where we are with the face right now, and we're going to add in highlighter. Now here's one of those Essence things that, I mean, me and this product go way back. This product and many of you probably go way back. The Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight. I know they've come out with some variations on this. They've put out highlighter palettes, but this one really is sneaky, beautiful. It's just kind of surprising that they came out with this formula. It is kind of baked. It's just set down in a pan a little bit more. And it's super subtle, but really pretty. It doesn't look like a load of shimmer has been dropped on the face. But look how you just put a little on and suddenly a soft, I'd have to call it pearly, gleam appears. So I'm just putting it there under the eye. Like not directly under the eye, on the cheek, but in line with the center of my eye. I really like it. I'm having a rediscovered moment with this one. She's beautiful. She doesn't attract attention to fine lines and problems on your skin the way some more sparkly highlighters will. It's just lovely. I really like that. Oh, and where's that banana powder? I used this yesterday at this phase of the look, and I used it almost thinking it was cloud set, you know, pretending it was cloud set. And it actually does a pretty good job like that. Just kind of perfecting, you know, we've put on different finishes, we've done some hard blending in a couple areas, and just makes everything look a little bit more cohesive, I guess. Now for brows, I know they've got a couple different things, and I recently got the eyebrow designer, and look, they've put the little brush on the cap, and this is the shade brown. Now I will say this shade feels a little off for me. It feels a little warm and like just not my most perfect brown tone, but I love the formula. It's like the perfect texture of pencil, and it's a very basic pencil that you're just going to sharpen. But the texture is so good. The way it lays down, it's like it's soft enough to lay down with ease, but not so soft that I'm feeling overwhelmed. But I don't know if you can see on that color. May or may not be able to tell on camera, but it's just a little warm. It's not a super big deal, and the next product I put on my brows will really kind of conceal that. But if you can find a good tone for yourself in this line of brow pencil, I know it was very cheap. Okay, so we're just filling in, and then look, it's just on the cap. That's all the little brush through you need, you know. Really nicely textured pencil here. I can't explain how great it was to have all those intros from you guys in the Emily Awards. Like, that made it so fun for me, like just to see you guys. It kind of reminded us all that we're all over the place, you know? The people who watch these videos, we're everywhere. And I had a few of you who sent me videos, and you said I'm a little self-conscious about my English, my accent, or whatever, and I'm like, no, just send the video. Don't worry about it. Be you. Be your authentic self. And it was beautiful and wonderful. I'm grateful that we have people from different nationalities, different backgrounds. We have such an awesome, diverse community here. I think it's great. So I brushed up through, and then I got this gel. It's called Thick and Wow Fixing Brow Mascara. Essence is not afraid to just put an exclamation point at the end of their product names sometimes. Fixing Brow Mascara plus Volumizing Fibers. I got this in the shade Ash Brown. And I like what it's doing for my brows, but I don't like how big the brush is. Look at that brush. So you really got to watch it. It wants to put a lot on, but it does have good hold. Like, I like what it's about. I think they could just use a smaller brush. So it's kind of lifting the hairs up. It's providing a little more tint. If you're thinking you want to try the Brow Fast Sculpt that I rave on so much, but maybe you want to pay less, look to a product from Hard Candy called Teddy Brow. They are working with a really small, easy to control brush. Good color payoff, good hold. But see, now that I've put that on, it's a little much. So I go in with a bare spoolie, and I just rake through once more, gently, just to pick up any excess. I forgot I have a little lip treatment thing. It's called the Lip Care Booster Lip Serum, 10% peach oil, moisturizes, replenishes, plumps, and boosts. So I think I'm just gonna put some of this on. It has a little brush applicator. It smells a little peachy, but not quite as fragrant as some of their face products. A little bit of a greasy feel. This was one of the things I just got yesterday on a whim. The brush isn't the best like application. It makes it be a little streaky, so I just smoothed it out with my finger, but we'll see how that does just sitting on the lips. We'll let them just sit with that for a while. I don't have an Essence eye primer, but I do have Milani eyeshadow primer, of course, which I saw recently in Walmart. They've changed the look of the tube. It's still like a silvery tube, but it just looks a little different. And they put on the package, same great formula or something like that. I'm like, okay, better be. But I'm a ways from having to repurchase another. I want Milani to collab with me on that, you know? Eye primer collab. Make a special tube. Fun tube. So for the Essence eyeshadow, I know they pop out some like kind of limited edition fun things here and there. I wanted to stick to things that are available all the time so the video remains relevant for you guys. I had this Nothing Compares to Nude palette. Nothing nothing compares. The outside of it's seen better days. It looks like this is the most loved stuffy in the bunch, doesn't it? Like it's just chipping off. It looks like it's been used to pieces. No, I don't know how the top has sloughed off so much. It hasn't been used that much. I want to say I talked about this when I was featuring Barely There eyeshadows. This does offer some contrast. I'm going to pop up a picture of me wearing this the other day. I have kind of like a soft golden lid, and I used mostly this deep shimmer. It's a shimmer shade. Like I sheared that out all over my crease and outer corner, and it gave me a nice like classic basic neutral soft shimmery eye. I'm not thinking this is better than Wet n Wild, but I thought let's try a different tone, you know? Let's test out one of these that might offer a little more contrast and see what a dark matte can do. So I got the Coral Me Maybe one. Looks like this has some real depth, and it's still got a seal on it that I need to tear off. Here's what she looks like. As you can see, dark brown. We've got, that's a matte and matte right there. And then the three shimmers are here, here, and here. This one's actually coming off very rose gold, which is pretty. The other shimmer is very peachy, and then a gold one, soft gold. Those seem creamy and nice. I'm gonna first go into the matte peach here. Seems really soft, and we're just gonna apply that to our crease and above. I'm getting good color payoff. I'm not saying these are like bad little palettes. I just, if I were making a decision on a new drugstore eye palette, I would go Wet n Wild compared to these. But these are a decent option, and they have a little mirror in them. But we'll see if we love this coral one. That peach is doing its thing, isn't it? And then I can go up here to this one. This shade is honestly kind of a soft peach as well, but I'm kind of bringing that to the outside of things. Just letting it buff and blend. There we go. This is going to be a pretty basic look. Dark brown is coming into play. Definitely tapping off excess with these mattes, which I really wasn't doing with my Nothing Compares to Nude palette. Feel like a little different formula. Ooh, yes, dark brown. Really being what you see is what you get. Lifting into the crease. We'll come back, we'll blend that out some more. So there are a number of these different little 6-pan palettes. Let me know which ones you like best. But this one is beating the nude one for me. I think there's just an overall improved pigment thing, although the look was fine, I have to say, that I did the other day. I'm checking on price, seeing if I can make that work this time. They've got some bigger, like $10 palettes. These are $3.99, okay? Good deal. I'm gonna take my small pointed brush. I haven't added anything to it. And just go in, and this dark brown seems really soft and easily blendable, okay? So I kind of placed some up toward the crease with my flat brush, and now I'm just letting her move around a little bit. And if you want to add a little more, you can just, I would say tap off excess. I really want to see some of this rose gold happen across the lid. Let's do that. Different flat brush, smaller flat brush. I feel like the kittens have been so like sitting by each other, being near each other these days. And then last night, one of them was in my glider chair because we have a little soft blanket in that chair. And the other one jumped up too, and they hissed at each other. Like, get out of this chair, I was in here first. And today I have to take Biscuits to the vet to get her shot because I could only get one of them there last time, Rosie. That's so pretty. I really like that rose gold. And then there is this more like peachy shade. Maybe we pop a little center of the lid with that. Why not? It's just a little bit lighter and brighter, I feel like, than the rose gold. And then you could go a definite gold route with it, not be quite so peachy. I think I'm just gonna add a bit more of the dark just to do a little more lifting here on the outside. And then I'm good with this one. I did get a pack of these Essence False Lashes. I don't know if it's a holiday thing, but there's like a 3-pack of falsies, and I wore some yesterday. The ones I put on, they weren't really giving me the wispy, fluttery look, but they were still nice. I trimmed them a great deal. There we are with that. I'm super pleased. This was easy. We like ease in eyeshadow. Blending the edge. Super. Hopefully the front doesn't scratch off like my other one did. I do have liquid liner here too. This is the Super Precise eyeliner, long lasting and waterproof. I haven't put it through like a real all out crying situation, but some contact lens changes, some watery eyes, yeah. Super fine brush tip. It hasn't smudged or smeared or created any trouble for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna start right in at my innermost corner because even though I know where you first put your brush, the most product goes, but it's such a fine brush, like I'm not over gooping anywhere. Over gooping. That's a term you really gotta understand and get a hold of if you're gonna watch my channel. See how easy that was and quick? It's a really fine line too, like super close to the lash line. Something about the length of the brush tip, that matters. The length and stiffness it's able to have, like enough flexibility to move, but enough stiffness to maintain shape. Like, you can kind of lay it on its side and you're already a third of the way across your lash line, you know? That's in the thumbs up pile for me. That worked really well, and like I said, it stayed pretty well too. And then a mascara that I love, the I Love Extreme Crazy Volume. I recently repurchased this one. This has been an Emily Award winner in years past. It's a really good mascara, a good brush. It does seem to get even better with time as you use it. It has a ton of really super short, fine rubbery bristles, like just teeny little bristles, and then some around the tip also. And I do like the Lash Princess, especially the purple tube, the sculpted one. I think that's the brand's closest thing to IT Cosmetics Superhero. There's a video, every brand's closest thing to IT Cosmetics Superhero. How are the lips doing? They're feeling soft. Nothing's happening color-wise with that. It's just like a serum type of thing. It's not maybe feeling quite as greasy as it was, so I think something has like absorbed or, you know, gone into my lips with wear. So let's apply. This is a tried and true mascara here. And the brush is kind of neat because while it's got all these tiny little bristles, it doesn't always come out of the tube completely cleaned off. You know how some mascara brushes come out and they just look dry as a bone? The mechanism on the inside took it all away. Well, this still has some, so it builds a little faster, but it tends to hold my curl well. It can beef up your lashes, it really can. See, look at that. Couple of coats, like I went in for one more dip back. It's good stuff. Oh, I forgot, they do have a lash primer that I have enjoyed. I need to get back into trying that. The Lash Booster Lash Primer, or Volume Booster Lash Primer. I need to get some and use it in conjunction with some of the newer mascaras I've liked these days. Only thing with this brush, it is kind of big, and it can be easy to make a mess with this, so you do have to be careful. Okay, mascara is a 2 thumbs up product for me. I'm going to put a little bit of Cali Ray on my lower lashes. I didn't really do anything shadow wise down there. And then this is what the lash set looks like that I got. It's called Most Loved Lash Like a Boss False Lash Set. They do include 3 little glues, but I can pop myself up again a picture of my look yesterday. The lashes were somewhat subtle. I think it might have been the most subtle one in the pack, but they didn't have names on them. We have a really big lash. That's more than I'm going for. I'll use this other pair. Look how long the lashes are from left to right. I'm gonna be trimming off a good chunk there on the outside. So I'm gonna trim them and then I'll come back and put them on. The lash band is pretty dark, fairly thick, but seems flexible enough. I'm gonna just sit these down on my eyeliner there and place it on. I use my Ioni lash glue. I didn't use the provided glue. Just a believer in my Ioni. There they are, looking really good. Really nice, like natural lash, giving me a natural thickness. They're kind of fine, you know. I would apply a little mascara over top just to ensure that everything's bonded together, but that looks really good. But like I said, I trimmed off a good little chunk off the outside. Always trim from the outside because, especially with this one, look how specially tapered that is toward the inside of your lash. Outside is just length galore, so you can trim it at any point. I can hear that wind starting to kick up. It's gonna be a really windy day. Okay, I can see that little tip in the corner. Remember how I talked about how fine of a line I got with this, and actually it's so fine that the false lashes like aren't totally disappearing into it, so I'll have to adjust that a bit. Okay, I'm grabbing my lashes in the middle. I'm lining them up with the center of my eye. I'm laying them down on my eyeliner, trying not to let it stick to my eyelashes. Lay down the inner part. Make sure they're tipping up. There we go. That's a nice little lash. I'm just gonna correct with a little bit of liner here. I got a little dot of that down below. Oops. And then we'll just do a little more mascara just to combine. In case you were wondering, I just was able to flake away that little bit of liner. I got a dot of liner like right in here in the worst possible spot, but I let it dry, flaked it away just like mascara would. I am really into some certain lip liners I got here. I've tried a few. I got the Soft and Precise lip pencil, so this is probably their cheapest one, their most traditional lip pencil one. It feels very dry across the lips. It's not a bad shade, this one called Real, but really draggy. I do love these called Stay 8 Hour Lip Liners. It says with sharpener. Yes, that's on the other end. These are retractable pencils. I have the shade Just Perfect, which is a really nice kind of like medium dusty rose color. Then I have the shade called Honest. Wore this yesterday, loved it. They're so smooth and then they kind of set. See that pretty reddish shade? I'm gonna use Honest today. So yes, my lips have been a little bit moisturized from the other stuff, but you know, they're not wet. I wiped most of it off. But even on days when I haven't pre-treated my lips, this goes on with ease. Yesterday I wore this and only this, and it was lovely. Didn't move, stayed almost the whole day. Would I call this red? Not quite. It feels like a deep rose. Look how, like right now before it's set, it's almost like creamy. It's like a deeper rosy red. Super pretty. Now, if you put gloss on top, I think you're gonna affect how well it wears all day, but there is a line of glosses that I absolutely love from Essence, and it's called the Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. I was sent, I think I got these in PR, a bunch of these, and I love them. One of them is just like the Lifter Gloss in Pearl. It's just gonna be a little less expensive. There's really pretty finishes in these. They're very comparable to Lifter glosses, I would have to say. I would like to see this shade on top here. It's got a little shimmer, and the shimmer almost looks cool toned a bit. It's the one called Dusty Rose. Again, Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. And they do have a couple that are completely transparent. Ooh. Really comfortable gloss. That's pretty. The shine is so nice. And because that liner was setting on my lips, nothing transferred off onto my lip gloss wand. And look, like on my hand, they're staying. That's a lip liner. That's good. So here we are, my friends, with my finished look from Essence. How do we feel about it? We need a little roundup here on what the hits are, what the misses are. I feel like I'm so far enjoying the foundation. I think it does wear well on me. I don't find it to be full coverage. I think it's a solid medium coverage with decent staying power all day. Although, you know, I saw a little oil come through yesterday, late in the day, but everything was even and nothing was separating in an unsightly way like around my nose, so I would have to say that did a good job for me. The concealer, good but not amazing. Yeah, I think you can do better on a number of levels. Another good one that I didn't mention, but I think is on everyone's radar, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. There's another great option. Let's get some of the strong likes out of the way. Really like this. I'm gonna keep using a lot of this Hello Good Stuff primer. Really like I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. These lip liners, big thumbs up. Very good eyeliner. We like the Extreme Shine Volume Lip Gloss. We love the Pure Nude Baked Blush, and frankly just the regular ones that are called the blush. Those are very good too. My brow stuff was okay. I really liked my pencil, but not the tone so much, but it kind of got concealed by this stuff. Again, brush is too big. A little too much goop in the brows after this one. Who's spying? Hello. Look how cute those BJs are.
Thank you, Erica.
Erica gave those. Thank you so much. I'll get you up when it's time, okay? I thought this contour stick did quite well. Again, the shade was Cinnamon Spice. It was a beautiful tone, and for whatever reason, it felt like it had a lot easier glide than the blush stick. So, like, that's the difference for me between one being a thumbs up and the other being kind of meh. This, fine, but nothing to write home about. Oh, we love Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. And the Brighten Up powder was excellent. Way more hits than misses here. The Coral Me Maybe palette, I really prefer this one over the Nothing Compares to Nude. I just think there's more contrast in it, more you can do. Granted, it is also warmer overall, but I like that look so much. The false lashes did well. So far, I'm 2 out of 3 on false lashes working well for me from that pack, and I just haven't tried the third set yet. So yeah, I think we've run into a lot of good things in this video. It's great to look at pretty much Ulta's most affordable brand and say, hey, a lot of this stuff is a major success. If you've had any different kinds of experiences with these products, let us know in the comments section. But I'm really pleased with this look today, and I think it works well with my little shirt that's got the red plaid. So thank you for your time, everyone. I appreciate you being here. I love you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.